To me, Bitcoin is a very speculative asset right now. It's a high-risk asset. It's gold in that it can store value, but it's not gold in how it moves. Like I said, it's like teenager gold. It's like it's literally 16 years old. And you know how 16-year-olds behave, right? This is Bitcoin.
No.
Yeah. So I do think what is going on is you have a lot of people in 60-40 portfolios. They've been in them for 20 years. They believe in compounding, but they're bored. It's like watching paint dry. So there's been an opening for hot sauce. And so whether it's ARK or single stock trading, single leverage stock ETFs, Bitcoin fits perfectly in that hot sauce bucket as a pure rank speculation, something that you don't want to kick yourself later just in case it goes up. I would argue ARK plays the same role in a portfolio. So we have found a real legit opening for stuff that has almost no correlation to your boring vanilla stocks and bonds. And so that's why I think it's being adopted by a lot of these other firms. Now, the narratives are growing. The Trump win obviously brought these new narratives besides just the ETFs. So now you got Larry Fink, you got the president, you got Fidelity. I mean, it's just like
Balchunas.
He's been there since
I'm
day
a boglehead at heart, and and I defend Vanguard to the crypto people, and that bothers them. So
Paul,
I'm not full crypto here.
Paul, get a question in here. Paul and I had a 50-50 bet whether you'd show up or not. Paul won.
Exactly. How much of this move to 106,000 on Bitcoin do you think is because of ETFs, do you think? Do you have any sense? Is there a way to measure that?
Yeah, so I've also upset the crypto crowd with this one. Bitcoin was like 20 grand when BlackRock filed for the Bitcoin ETF. Since then, it went up to about 70, and I credit ETFs for almost all that.
Okay.
Now, from 70 to here, I want to give, I think, and that's what's, honestly, I think the ETF was going to last for a while, but these new narratives have helped a lot.
2 standard deviation weekly chart, a negative 2 standard deviations is down 60,000 for Bitcoin. You said it doesn't trade like gold. Does it trade like a meme stock? I mean, you know where I am on this. I don't think it trades. I don't think it's legitimate. Good morning, hate mail. But is in your head that volatility for ETF owners?
Yes, and this is something everybody should be aware of. There's been like 80% drawdowns in Bitcoin. I mean, that's no joke. 80% that's what ARK went down. Now, I will say, ARK is a good bellwether in a way to explain that ETF investors, especially ones that have a 60-40, might have more intestinal fortitude with their hot sauce because they got the vanilla stuff covered. This isn't their nest egg. And so we've seen a couple sell-offs with the ETFs. The boomers, so to speak, have held pretty well. And only 96, 97% of the assets stuck. That said, I do think that's going to lower volatility. If you have these better ETF holders, institutions, advisors who are not relying on Bitcoin for their net worth and they're not retail degens, that should help with volatility. Yeah. I mean, what is that? Come on, you know.
Yes, I do. But I'm just making sure I heard that right.
That will help buffer the volatility. So we think the more ETFs grow and institution adoption happens, the lower the volatility will become. That doesn't mean there can't be some massive unwind. There's always that sort of tail risk. But I don't see all the ETF investors, the 108 billion that's in it, if it goes down 30%, they're not all running for the hills.